Itachi is actually the first member of Akatsuki we see roughly 60% of the way through Part 1. After Orochimaru attacks the village and the death of the third Hokage, Itachi and his Akatsuki partner Kisame infiltrate the village. Kakashi notices something is amiss and goes to join his fellow Jonin, Asuma and Kurenai, who have already found and are confronting Itachi and Kisame. Itachi and Kisame reveal themselves and engage them for a bit, but Asuma and Kurenai stand zero chance against them. Things are looking pretty bad until Kakashi shows up. He fares a bit better, but Itachi still proves to be unmatched and traps Kakashi in a Tsukiyomi. Kakashi has been through enough to have nerves of steel, and he endures the torture and reveals to Itachi that he knows why they're there, namely for the capture of the nine-tailed fox sealed within Naruto. Itachi feels threatened by this and lets Kisame cut loose for a change. He tells Kisame to capture Kakashi if he can, but he's free to kill the others. But wait, do you feel that? The invigorating breeze of the springtime of youth has arrived, and Might Guy saves the day. Guy's arrival is enough to put Kisame and Itachi on retreat, and instead they focus on trying to find and capture Naruto. They find him with Jiraiya in Shukuba town and nearly make off with him, until Itachi is attacked by Sasuke, who has heard about Itachi's return to the village and is here to settle things with him. Itachi quickly realizes that Sasuke is still a pretty tender kid and is not even close to being ready. Like the kind, caring older brother that he is, Itachi breaks Sasuke's wrist, mocks him for being weak, and gives him a second round of Tsukiyomi torture, all the while telling him to foster his hate. Jiraiya returns and tries to Jiraiya, put her down. Don't touch her. He tries to stop them, but Itachi and Kisame escape. Itachi's goal was never to truly capture Naruto, but to remind Danzo and the council that even though the third Hokage is no longer around, he still is, and they better not do anything to harm Sasuke, while simultaneously harming Sasuke himself more than they ever could. His next major appearance is near the start of Shippuden, after Sasori and Deidara capture Gaara to extract and seal the one-tailed beast Shukaku. Both Team 7 and Team Guy are in hot pursuit, and Itachi and Kisame are tasked with slowing them down while they complete the sealing. Itachi takes on Team 7 and succeeds in buying them time, while assessing Naruto's growth and mocking him for his failure to protect Sasuke. Again, either content with or oblivious to the fact that he has failed Sasuke more than anybody else. He takes a bit of a back seat in the events of the plot for a while, until he senses that he's running out of time. He confronts Naruto and questions him about his intentions regarding Sasuke. How does he feel about him? What would he do in the event that Sasuke were to attack the village? That sort of thing. Naruto affirms that he would find a way to stop Sasuke without having to kill him, and correctly calls himself a better brother to Sasuke than Itachi ever was. Satisfied, Itachi force feeds Naruto an appetizer of eyeball crow and goes on to confront Sasuke once and for all. And this is where things get juicy, a confrontation that we've been waiting for since the very beginning of the series when we first met Sasuke and found out that his entire goal, his entire reason for being, was to get revenge on Itachi for what he did to their clan, to their family members, to his parents, to their parents. Knowing that Sasuke is coming for him and has been training for this moment, Itachi waits in a hidden Uchiha hideout. And there the two begin their battle. First Sasuke attacking Itachi, and Itachi responding in kind. They have a pretty impressive fight, and Sasuke is able to knock Itachi on his back, Itachi reaching for Sasuke, only to point at the last second in the other direction. And in true older brother made-you-look fashion, show Sasuke that the Itachi he's been fighting has been an illusion this whole time. And just to remind Sasuke and the audience that Itachi is the patron saint of edgelords, the illusion Itachi bursts into a flock of crows. The fight kind of becomes a little cyclical here, where they trade blows, fights, and you realize again and again that they're in an illusion off. In fact, the face of a nearby cactus, which is watching this whole fight go down, remarks that they've just been standing there, staring at each other for like 10 minutes. Eventually, the fighting does start in earnest. They trade some shuriken back and forth. Itachi dodges expertly the double giant shuriken that are thrown at him, with one being hidden in the shadow of the upper. And throughout the confrontation, Sasuke is asking, why did you do what you did? Why have you never explained it? And most of all, why leave me alive? What did you need from me? Why make me obsessed with my hate for you? Why did you push me for this confrontation at all? This is where we get a little bit of a lore dump from Itachi, who lets us know that although the Mangekyo Sharingan is very powerful, it comes at a cost. The more he uses the Mangekyo Sharingan, the more the light of that eye fades. Like, literally, he will be going blind, and is nearly blind, during this entire fight. He explains that there is a way for him to restore the sight of his eyes and be as powerful as he ever was, if not more. As I mentioned previously, the Mangekyo has only awoken for select Uchiha over the years due to a traumatic event unlocking the power within. And as those users used the techniques over and over again and the light began to fade from their eyes and they too became blind, they needed to find a solution. We learn that it is possible for a Mangekyo user to steal the eyes of their brother and replace their own with it, thus creating what is known as the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. With this, the light will never fade, and the techniques that he knows with the Mangekyo would grow because he would also be learning whatever Mangekyo techniques that would be granted to Sasuke once he ever unlocks it. He tells Sasuke he left him alive because he needed the spare eyes. Eventually he knew he would have to replace his, and he wanted Sasuke to grow in strength and in hate so that eventually he too would unlock the Mangekyo, which would only boost his eventual power. Leading to one of the panels that hit me in the gut when I read the manga as it came out week by week. This particular panel where the normally stoic Itachi has an expression on his face unlike any I've ever seen on it before, and he tells Sasuke, "Your eyes will become my new light." But Sasuke is far from done in this fight, and after quite a few more attacks, they end up actually breaking the roof of the old Uchiha hideout, and Sasuke starts throwing out giant fireball jutsu like there's no tomorrow. Now, the purpose of these fireball jutsu is not to hit Itachi. Instead, it's to heat the air around Sasuke and Itachi to the point where all of the moisture in it would evaporate upwards and form storm clouds. He needed storm clouds for a jutsu that he's been perfecting ever since he started training with Orochimaru, and it takes use of the actual real lightning in the clouds rather than ninjutsu or chakra-based lightning attacks. Leveraging just the last little bit of his own chakra, with its chakra nature being lightning, he draws the lightning in the clouds into a form that he's going to attack Itachi with. This attack is known as Kirin, and it's extremely powerful. In fact, this should have finished this fight. Itachi says as much. If he did not have Susanoo, that fight would have been over. It allowed him to block the attack entirely and survive. At this point, Sasuke's completely out of chakra. Now, near the beginning of Shippuden, Sasuke was still under Orochimaru's tutelage, and Orochimaru intended to take over Sasuke's body. The long and short of it is, he tried, Sasuke stopped him, and actually Uno reversed him and took over Orochimaru's body. Orochimaru has been in that cursed seal on Sasuke's shoulder waiting for an opportunity like this. He needed Sasuke to run out of chakra because Sasuke was using a little bit of chakra at all times to keep Orochimaru at bay. And with that, Orochimaru does pop out of Sasuke's shoulder, proclaiming that this is now his body and ready to fight Itachi with even more strength than I think either Itachi or Sasuke knew was available to him. But Itachi knew a lot about Orochimaru's sealing technique and was waiting for this. He used his Susanoo to fight the Yamato no Orochi jutsu that Orochimaru had conjured to fight his, chakra mech. Using the sword of Totsuka, he stabbed Orochimaru right in the Yamato no Orochi jutsu and was able to actually draw out Orochimaru from Sasuke's body. So Orochimaru gets sucked up into the gourd-like hilt of the Totsuka blade to presumably never be seen from again. At this point, exhausted of chakra, unable to do any resistance against Itachi, Sasuke watches in horror as Itachi slowly walks towards him, reaching out his hand as though to take Sasuke's eye, and only tapping him on the forehead. And in his last moments, he smiles. And like in every other case, death was not the final part of Itachi's story.